Hello, everyone, and welcome to HSV International podcast. It's the new podcast about our favorite club, about HSV. HSV International, or HSV International, as we call it in Germany. We, that are two guys from Germany, actually, which is, for on the one hand, me, Philip, and on the other hand, it's Lennart, a good friend of mine. Say hello, Lennart.
Hello, guys. It's nice to be here.
Yes, nice to be here and nice to meet you. We would very much looking forward to meet you and to engage with you and to discuss things that happen among our favorite club in Germany, or at least on the world, I would say. Leonard, it's our favorite club from the beginning of our lives, I would say. And
Definitely.
let's maybe introduce ourselves before we getting started for the audience, that the audience knows who we are. And I would hand over to you, Leonard. Could start with your introduction.
Well, like you already said, a huge HSV fan, which hopefully everyone who hears our podcast from
I hope so.
North Rhine-Westphalia, especially from Münster to be exactly. And I'm a HSV fan since 2005. I think I have a season ticket from 2012 now. So, 14
Quite a
years
long
now.
time.
And a member since 2009. I'm 33 years old, and which goes for both of us. I think we are almost at every game possible, and I think which come later from we were at every league game this season so far, right? At
I
least
think
one
so,
of
yes.
us, not together.
At least one of us, yeah.
At least one of us, yeah.
At least one of us. I think for me personally, I only missed one or two matches so far, and I think it's now match day number 20. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, the upcoming
unfortunately, I
game,
missed the away game at Munich, but you were there, Lennart.
I was in Munich, yeah, but
I
the
don't
home
know, I
game,
think
which
the
we come
cup
later
game
to,
in,
was
yeah.
better anyway.
Yeah, we will spend a lot of time there. Yeah, but the cup game in Heidenheim, that was something else we missed. I think both of us were not
Yeah,
there,
the
right?
cup game against Heidenheim and Kiel as well, I believe.
True, in Kiel too,
But
yes. But let me maybe introduce myself too, so that the audience also knows something about me. I'm Philip, I'm 26. I am HSV fan basically since I know myself, to be honest. I spent couple of years going to the local club, Rot-Weiß Essen, together with my parents, or at least with my father and my uncle. They tried to bring me to Rot-Weiß Essen, to our local club here in the Ruhr area. But another club from the north part of Germany, Hamburg, had a very famous player. Do you know which one, Lennart? Do you know my back in the days favorite player?
well, because it was my favorite player as well, I know him very well. Raphael van der Vaart, I think, it's a name which should tell any HSV fan something.
Yeah, absolutely. Because back in the days, we played in the Europa League and were quite successful. And that was the time when I turned out to become HSV supporter. And I also have a season ticket. I think I have it since 2016. I was lucky to join the local fan club here in Germany, in the Ruhr area or North Rhine-Westphalia, because there was one guy leaving the fan club, or at least moving away from North Rhine-Westphalia, I think, to Bavaria. And that was why he couldn't visit many matches this season. So I was very lucky to get his season ticket. And Leonard, why do we do an international HSV podcast? Why do we even talk in English?
Well, I think both of us were in another country for some time. You even longer than me, and we are about to do this again in the near future, and therefore we know maybe how difficult it is sometimes to get information in especially a foreign language about your favorite club. I mean, for us, we could just look for German newspaper articles or anything else, but not everyone speaks German who supports Hamburg. So I believe it's a very great opportunity for, I hope our audience to learn something about our club, get recent news, and interact with each other in a language they actually speaking.
Exactly. That's very good pointed out, Leonard. Um, I think we do it mainly for all HSV fans around the globe that want to stay somehow connected to their favorite club, to our favorite club. And I think it might be good, or very interesting at least, to hear a perspective from people who are actually joining the matches, who see the matches, or who are very close. Despite of living 300 kilometers away from Hamburg, I would say we are pretty close to the club. And maybe just some structural or general news. We aim to upload one episode a week, and we give our best and we try our best to upload it in the beginning of the week, or at least record it in the beginning of the week and upload it on Wednesdays latest. We have ideas about a ideal agenda for the podcast, but would you say, Leonard, should we start, or should we already mention something about our agenda?
Well, maybe just in general, that that we will always talk about the last game and the next game. These are two parts which should possibly be in every episode, at least during the season. And well, everything else, I think, will depend on what really happens around our club.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, at our club, there is simply no week which is completely silent. There is always happening something. We will see. We will see what happens. We never know it in advance, but we will try to keep you up to date and do something which we would do even without recording a podcast. We are always talking about our club. We are basically every day thinking about our club, informing ourselves about our club. And yeah, we just thought, let's record us talking about our club. Leonard, let's start with reviewing our last game. Let's start into the podcast. And now it was our introduction, and let's discuss content. And to be honest, what a game and what a week it was. How was your feeling before the match, Leonard? How was your feeling while sitting on the train together with me, by the way, and having birthday? Happy related birthday again.
Thank you very much.
Was your birthday Saturday? But yeah, now back to the question. How was your feeling before the match?
Well, I mean, I had a better feeling that probably most of the people I was talking about at the game, because even before we were getting relegated, we had every time, I think it was close games against Bayern, even if our last point was 2012, I think. No, 2013.
Mm.
Um, 2013 in February, I believe it was. So 1-1. And
With Jacopo Sala.
with Jacopo Sala, exactly. But, well, to be honest, I thought we would lose, and probably maybe 1-2 or 1-0 to Bayern. But I thought it would be a close game, but I didn't thought that we would get a point, to be honest, no.
Due to your feeling before the match, you were thinking about a intense game. Let's say an intense game where Bayern
Definitely.
would
I
win in
would
the
have
end.
thought it
Yeah.
would be a close game, which it was,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
we got an even better result than I thought it was possible. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought the same. There were, by the way, some guys of our fan club. We would not name them, but they are in a manager game. Let's say manager game. It's a game where you are within your friends group. You're registered, and you always bet on the results of the match day. You always, let's say, bet the final result of each game. Again, Bayern, Hamburg, or Dortmund against Heidenheim this match day, and then in the end you get points for how close you were to the real result in the end. And they said, some guys of our fan club, to remember, yeah, it was the first time I betted against us. And that was when I thought, okay, maybe here's going, something to happen today. Because it's always the same, once you're betting against your own club, you get something back in return which you never would expect beforehand. So, yeah, and turns out it was an even closer game than we expected, and an even better game. I mean, the first 7 minutes, Leonard, wow, what was it? What was happening there? I mean, remember Kane. What did he do there, by the way? I mean, jumping into Heuer Fernandez as if he were, I don't know, what was it? What did Harry Kane think? And why didn't he receive a yellow card for it?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if I ever saw a striker jumping into a goalkeeper in the 3rd minute when the
No.
game stands 0-0. But when I saw it, it was well. In the first scene, I thought maybe I thought definitely yellow, but wow, maybe
I mean, maybe it's important for the audience to know from the perspective where we stand in the stadium. We were mentioning earlier that we have season tickets, and we are standing for all the HSV fans who listen to us from Germany and who recently go to the stadium. We're in sector 28A. It's in the standing area, but in one of the corners. And the scene was happening on the opposite side. So I would say we had a restricted view um, on the scene. But I think when I saw the review, and I think that's what you meant as well, when you see the review, it's so clear that something happened. I mean, he went into our goalkeeper like it was kung fu. It was crazy. And I
absolutely.
always thought Harry Kane is an elegant player, and he must not complain, and he has his situations, and he can still score a goal sometimes in the game, even if the opponents are angry on him, you know? But he was complaining all the time. He was the first one at the ref. He was jumping into our goalkeeper. He was, I don't know if what happened there in the scene with, I think, Capaldo some minutes later
Yeah.
when he wanted Capaldo to receive a red card. I don't think it was a red card. I don't know, but maybe it was with my from my HSV supporter perspective. Or would you have given Capaldo a red card for it? You know the foul I mean, right?
Yeah, I know which scene you meant or you mean, but no, I don't think it was a red card. Um,
No.
and if this is a red card, we should probably talk about Harry Kane. Maybe he deserved a red card for his foul on Fernandes as well, because if you
Yeah, absolutely.
jump into the
Sure.
goalkeeper like that, I think it's really difficult. It was
Absolutely.
definitely a yellow card, and maybe yellow is enough, but it's well, like it's so-called dark yellow, maybe with a hint of orange. But no, I think we come to a lot of referee decisions, I believe, regarding that
Yeah,
game, not
yeah,
only regarding yellow or red cards, but
sure,
with penalties as well. But I
sure.
think
But to be honest, so that the audience doesn't think that we always complain about the ref. It's not exclusive in our game and not exclusive in our point of view. I don't know if you've seen the replay of the match or the highlights from Dortmund against Heidenheim or
yeah,
uh, second division Schalke. There were some very questionable decisions made. Or look at
yeah.
Augsburg, where
Augsburg, St.
St. Pauli
Pauli,
got a penalty. Or
Leverkusen, Frankfurt,
what was the other game, by
Leipzig,
the way?
Mainz. This was a horrible
Yeah,
weekend for the
Leipzig
referees
Mainz,
in
exactly. I
general.
mean, a whole weekend. It's insane. I don't know what happened to our German refs. I don't know these decisions, and especially with the VAR.
That's a
There
problem.
is a VAR, a vehicle which should minimize these faulty decisions, or at least questionable decisions. And from my perspective, the VAR. Let's not discuss VAR. When it was
I
my
would say
very, very
this would
personal opinion,
take
I
at
would.
least 5 whole episodes if we
Yeah, absolutely.
open this
And from
topic.
my
Yeah,
very personal perspective, I could perfectly live without a VAR, to be honest.
yeah. But by the way, we are absolutely fine with the goal line technology. So just
Sure,
so the
absolutely.
audience knows, we're not against technology in general. It just has to
No,
work.
yeah. We're very technology open and friendly, but yeah, it should work, as you said. Yeah. But let's get back to the Bayern Munich game. And did you realize, Leonard, that during our goal, the second goal from Vuskovic, three center backs were in Bayern Munich's box? Basically, all of our defenders were up front.
All of them. No, to be
Yeah.
honest, No, to be honest, I was so caught up in the moment. I didn't realize that all of three of them were inside the box. Did you realize it in the stadium or just afterwards when you saw the?
No, never. No, 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 no.
Okay,
Afterwards in the
okay,
highlights.
okay.
To be very fair, I read a comment about it, and I was not believing this. There was a comment and having, I think, 200 likes, mentioning, have a look. There is three of our center backs, all of our center backs are in the box when Vuskovic scores the second goal. I couldn't believe it. El Fadli, Capaldo, and Vuskovic were scoring the goal. It was insane. And the
Amazing.
assist came from Mikkel Bronsis. Mikkel Bronsis,
And that
crazy.
not even after the 60 minutes, I think 53, 51, which minute was it? I think
Yeah,
at
I think so, yeah.
53 we scored still very early in the game against Bayern Munich. And all our defenders are in the opponent box, so ridiculous. I don't know if any club in the world would do that.
Absolutely, especially not against Munich.
That's what I meant, yeah.
But I think this was our recipe of success in this game. The position changes, it was insane. The long ball for Mikkel Bronsis was played by Mujo Muheim from the
Yeah,
right side of the pitch, and he was uh, usually playing a left wing or left midfielder. It was a different tactic than or a different formation than compared to the other matches so far. Nevertheless, this position swaps and these changes in on the field, I think this was our recipe of success in the game against Bayern Munich.
absolutely. When I saw the starting 11, I was kind of confused, to be honest. Um,
Yeah, me too.
I thought,
Absolutely, yeah.
wow, where does Mikkel Bronsis comes from now? He was out for so many weeks, and then he played such a game.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a question for you as well. For me, either Vuskovic or Mikkel Bronsis, the man of the match. Which one would you say? I would probably go with Mikkel Bronsis just because
We were not
it
expecting
was
that, right?
definitely his best game for us, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
I I never expected him to show up and then show up like this. This
Absolutely. Especially with his French opponent on his side.
yeah,
He played such a good game. And to answer your question, I don't know. I mean, it would be obvious to vote for Vuskovic as man of the match. But yeah, as you said, Mikkel Bronsis was just so surprising. But I would also go with Capaldo or Remberg. I mean, they are so tremendously important for our game. Despite the fact that we got the penalty, but I think thanks to Remberg,
yeah.
who got the ball back from Kimmich, and then Kimmich fouled Remberg. Um, he's so good. He makes tacklings that's so crazy. And he again received a yellow card for a tackling, which was not a yellow card from my perspective. But let's not discuss referee decisions again.
It was just a yellow, and it had any impact, I would say, later on, at least not
Yeah,
tremendously. So,
yeah,
yeah, but it's amazing. For those who don't know about it, Nico Remberg played in my hometown team, Münster, before. So I already saw him playing years ago in the fourth division.
yes,
And now seeing him playing for our team in the first league and playing so good, I would say week after week. I
yeah,
can't imagine us staying in the league without Nikolai Reinberg.
yeah, absolutely. Think so too. And before the season, I would have not expected him to get so many minutes. I thought,
No, definitely
after,
not. Not
especially
being
after
so
the deadline
important.
transfers.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Lokonga, we got Vieira, and Capaldo. He was, I think, at least from a news perspective, when the transfer was announced, he was published like a central midfielder,
He
and
played
now he's
before as a center midfielder most of his games. There were some
yeah.
games I think he played as a right defender, but I
Mhm.
didn't know about any game he played as a central defender before when I've read about the transfer. So
Yeah,
seeing
me
him
too.
like that for us now, Amazing.
And I think the first games, or at least the game in Mönchengladbach, the very first match day, it was him, also Capaldo, and Remberg sharing the positions in the middle, right?
Yeah.
It was these two guys, yeah. But I would say he's even stronger in as a center back, Capaldo. He's
I
such a
like him in
strong
that
player.
position
Meanwhile,
very.
yeah. Yeah, so much to Bayern game. It was so surprising, but so well deserved, and
Yeah.
that's even more
Maybe
surprising.
one last thing about the Bayern game: the penalty decisions. Not only ours, but the 3 Bayern ones hit.
Yeah.
Would you have given one of them, or what would you say about the penalty decisions?
That's a good question. Always referee decisions.
But not just for your point of view, not to blame
Yeah,
the referee for anything.
I saw for sure the review and remember the scene with El Fadli, who maybe had the ball on his hand, or I think he had, but the hand was so close to his body, I would not have given a penalty. And what was the other scene, Leonard? I'm
Well,
not
the
sure.
first scene was in the first half when Olise was
No.
brought
No, no,
down,
no.
and
No,
the
no, no.
last one was in the 99th minute when who was, I think it was Vuskovic who was giving Stanisic a soft push
Ah,
from behind
the push. Yeah, I know.
in the
I don't
back,
know.
and then he was falling into Muheim, which was
I don't know.
given as an offensive foul, which was definitely wrong, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This is absolutely not an offensive foul. But to be honest, I don't know. It's I mean, then he at least were judging the decision when he blew the whistle, you know? He was judging it like an offensive foul. I'm indifferent, to be honest,
Okay.
like you can recognize. But what about you, Leonard? Would you have given the penalty?
Against Olise in the first half, never. The handball, absolutely
Mm.
not. And the last one, I personally would not have given it, but, and that's a huge but, if you give our penalty, which was soft as well,
Mm.
then I
Yeah, true.
understand
Absolutely.
it if you are saying that the last one, when Stanisic gets a push, should be given as well. And, well, to be honest, I mean, I have my Hamburg glasses on, so maybe I'm not objective when I say good like it was. But yeah, I think
Yeah, I agree.
maybe you should give either both of or none of them.
True. It's always about consistency and
Yeah,
comparing the
but in
decisions,
this time it's
especially within the game.
complete other scenes, right? Because Hamburg was, the contact was on the leg.
Yeah.
It's, well, I don't know if you can compare it, but
Yeah,
it
true.
was both very, very soft. Let's just
Yeah.
maybe keep it
Yeah,
like
and that's
that.
it.
And
It's then not consistent. That's what I mean, you know?
yeah,
It's about consistency and staying in your line as a ref. And if you give one, let's say, soft penalty, you would
yeah,
usually
would
need to give
argue
the
that you
second
have
one
to give
too.
the other
Yeah,
one as well. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But let's say we are lucky and yeah, to be honest, we could have won the game too. Think about the huge chance for Vieira
Absolutely.
after
I think we had the best chance after the 4 goals. Not
yeah,
more chances than Bayern, but the best one.
but I think even more shots on target. And that's something I think Manuel Neuer back in the after the game in the interview said Bayern had way more shots on target. That's not true. I think we had 14 and Bayern had 13. So maybe they, to be honest, I think they had 2 shots in the crossbar. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Wasn't it 2? Yeah. And we had none. But the
Fernandes
thing
in the
from
first
Vieira.
half with a great save against, I think,
True.
Leonard Karl.
Yes. Heuer Fernandes was doing very well. By the way, he was goalkeeper of the first part of the season, right?
Yeah, he was.
Bit surprising for me, to be honest. But
Yeah, for me as well.
it was good. Yeah.
But as
I
a
mean, good for
HSV
us.
supporter, I can only say well deserved, Daniel. Well deserved. Yeah, and to make sure that everybody is clear about it, I wasn't surprised because I thought, well, I'm thinking that he played a bad first half of the season. He played a very,
No,
very
no, no.
good season, or he's
True,
playing a good
sure,
season so far. So
absolutely.
just to make that
But I
clear.
think absolutely good point. But I think we have a pretty good defense, which covers many attacks from or at least defends many attacks from the opponents before they reach our goalkeeper. And I think Heuer Fernandes had less to do than maybe, let's say, Schwäbe from Cologne or Krabara from Wolfsburg. They have way more shots to defend than Heuer Fernandes. That was maybe the reason why I was a bit surprised, but not because Heuer Fernandes was not good. Absolutely not. He was doing very, very good. He played a very, very good first part of the season. Like Vuskovic for sure, but that's something else.
He was player of the season, first half of the season.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's so well deserved. That's so well deserved. And yeah, I think we will have a lot of fun with Vuskovic at the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous when I think about Guardiola and Vuskovic, and I look at the Croatia defensive line.
Yeah,
I don't know if it gets any better than this.
true.
So I wish him all the best for the World Cup as well until he plays against us. And well, but for now, let's just hope that he will help us staying in the league and
Yeah,
hopefully stay for 1 year longer at this wonderful club.
absolutely. Absolutely. Today, especially today, we have some, or at least for you, for the audience to know what we want to cover in our podcast too. As you said, Leonard, we want to cover current things too, current topics in between our games, what happened. And today, our biggest, or one of our biggest rivals, Werder Bremen, and this is not a Werder Bremen podcast. I strongly want to point this out, but they have our ex-coach. They announced to have him as a new coach, Daniel Thune. What do you say, Leonard?
Well, I was kind of surprised, to be honest, after
too.
he was sacked from Düsseldorf, because they were in the relegation zone in the second Bundesliga. I wouldn't have thought that Daniel Thune would get a job in the first league. Not because I think he's a bad coach. He's one of the greatest persons I would say we had as a coach in the last years.
True.
I liked him very much as a person.
Me too.
But I'm not sure if he's capable to solve the problems Werder Bremen has.
Let's
Gladly,
hope that he's not.
right? I hope he's not as well. And I was kind of confused when I saw when I read an article where he was saying that I think he said that Werder Bremen never lost a game where they were playing worse than the opponent. So
Okay.
and
And this
I'm
season? Did
not
he mean
sure.
this season?
This season, yeah, this season.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
well, I am not sure if that's correct, and that Werder Bremen was playing well eye to eye with every opponent throughout the season. I didn't saw every Bremen game, so
Me too. I
I'm
just saw
sorry
one,
if I
and that was our derby.
yeah, right. And I'm sorry if I'm criticizing too much the team right now, but not sure if Werder Bremen was playing well in every game so far.
Let's hope that it turns out as a good decision for us, that
Yeah.
one more team will stay behind us in the table. I wish Daniel Thune all the best. He was a very good person, and I really liked him. But this is on hold as long as he is a coach in Bremen.
Yeah, let's
At
wish him
least,
all the best in his personal life and not in his
exactly.
his career for
Exactly.
as long as he's staying in Bremen.
Very well summarized. Another sad topic, maybe. What do you say about Jean-Luc Dompe?
Well, do you want me to explain what happened in general. So the alcohol driving again.
Again, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I mean,
He did it once, right?
no,
Didn't he do it, I think, 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
yeah, 2023. I'm not sure.
Together with Mikkel Bronsis,
Yeah,
right?
together with Mikkel Monsis. I'm not sure with
Yeah.
months, so maybe 2.5 years ago. Let's stick
Yeah.
with that for now, approximately at least. Yeah, they had a accident, and I think they were driving away. So
True, yeah. Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the main problem.
Yeah, the escaping from the scene. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
that they were
Mm.
escaping from the scene, right? And well, this time, not only that he had, I think, 1.4
Mhm.
promille. Is it right? Yeah, 1.4, right?
Yeah,
Said,
1.4.
and I've also read that he was
Mm.
taking an e-scooter
Once he
afterwards.
was being controlled, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know what you can say about that anymore. Well, he has to be punished. Now I just hope he learns this time from it, that he can play himself again in the team, because we all know what a great football player he can be
Yes.
if he wants and if he decides to concentrate on football.
I was wondering, I think it was the night from Friday to Saturday, or was it the night from Sunday to Monday? I'm not sure, but it was on the weekend,
I'm not sure. I think it was Saturday to Sunday,
Saturday to
one day
Sunday
after the game.
after the game against St. Pauli. Yeah.
Yeah.
HSV announced this week, maybe also for all international listeners, that the suspension of Jean-Luc Dompe will still hold on a longer basis, and it's not yet determined when he will come back. Yeah, so we have one player less and one
But
very
he's
good player
integrated in the
less.
training, which is
Ah, yes, he
important.
is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
integrated in the training. Okay, okay, okay,
He is in the team training. Yeah. At least
okay,
this is the version I've read, but he's suspended from playing in the games from now.
okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Good to know. Yeah, we have some other things, Leonard. What happened during our transfer window? What did we do, and how would you rate the transfers overall? What's your opinion?
Oh, that's very difficult to make an overall rating without saying Grönberg and Otele so
Yeah.
far, and Tangvik as well. So I mean, we got 4 new signings and our returner Otto Stange. Welcome back in Hamburg.
Yes. Yeah, welcome back.
And well, like I said, we didn't saw Tangvik play for us. So far, we didn't get the opportunity. So Grönberg and Otele, I hopefully call them right, and did mispronounce them so far. Well, we have to see. For now, I'm happy with our new signings, especially the last one, Otele. What I saw from him in videos, to be honest, I never saw him play for 90 minutes, but he reminds me of Jean-Luc Dompe, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, and especially it's now after the injury from Racing Lellecid and now the suspension of Dompe, it's very, very important that we have a player like him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I'm very happy that he played the last weeks. So
Exactly. And he proved that he's dangerous in front of the goal,
absolutely,
and that
I
that
believe
he
he
can
has
score.
no
Yeah.
13 scorer points in 32 games. So, well, I'm very happy about this signing, and let's hope that they will not disappoint us.
Yes.
But what would you say? What would you say about our new signings and
Yeah, I
the
think
departures as well?
yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. I think in total we signed 5 new players, and we had to say goodbye to 8 in total, right? I think so. And
Yeah, 7 plus Anssi Suhon, which was already not
yeah,
in Hamburg during the first half. But yeah, now
true.
we sold
Yeah.
him permanently here.
Yeah. A bit sad that Suhonen was not succeeding in Hamburg. I would have been really happy to see him in Hamburg. I really liked him and his way of playing football. Same with Ferrei, same with Guy Ramos, to be honest, our center back. He was dangerous when we had corners, when we had free kicks, when he was in the opponent's box. He was someone and he was able to score a goal. And that's what I felt on the stands when he was in the game. We had higher chances to score a goal. Despite of that, I agree with your point of view on the other transfers, and let's see. Let's see. I'm not too sure whether Damien Downs would help us out. Um, Maybe it's better to go with Robert Glatzel. What do you think?
Um, if Glatzel is fit enough, I would start him definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Yeah,
no, so far Damon Downs didn't convince me as well. I really hope he will do it in the upcoming weeks. But I mean, he had now 2 games to ensure that he does it. So let's give him a little bit more time. But so far, I would go with Glatzel. But
me too.
well, let's see.
Also because he played there. He used to play for Heidenheim for quite a long time, I think, before he joined us. Oh no, he joined Cardiff in Wales,
Yeah, he
and then
played in
he
Mainz as well in the meantime.
true. Yeah, I would go with him too. I would go with him. Regarding the other players, I would mainly keep the same squad. Or what would you do at our upcoming match?
I would probably start with Otele because I think we need to be more. I mean, we were quite active against Bayern, don't get me wrong.
Mm,
But I think Heidenheim will be a complete other game. And I
sure.
would like to start him because he played the last weeks. Like I said, he's in his own flow. So, and he has a whole week now with the team. So maybe I would start him, but I could also completely understand if Merlin says this team played so great against Bayern. Let's
Mm.
keep it like that, and I would be totally fine with it.
Maybe also as a reward,
Absolutely.
for the players against Bayern.
But like you said, the next game is so important. This can't be just a reward. The whole staff
Yeah,
has to be convinced that this is the best team for this game as well.
absolutely, I agree. But I think, especially in regard to Otele, I think I read that during the match check, he was having trouble with the endurance. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Maybe I say something wrong. Yeah, I think so. Because I don't know, it's very intense in the first German first division, and I'm not sure. But from what I read, if I read it correctly, I don't know. To be honest, 100%, I'm not sure. But from what I read, I would maybe substitute him in maybe for the second half, or
Yeah, if it's
maybe
true,
for the last 30 minutes.
I completely agree with you.
Then to get to know the league in the end of the match, and then to get used to your own squad as well as the Bundesliga for sure. And but we need to make at least one change because Capaldo saw his fifth yellow card this season. So would you go with Omari in Heidenheim, or would you choose maybe Jordan Torunariga?
Well, quite similar to Glatzel. If Omari is already fit enough, I would start him. Which, by the way, I'm very, very happy that we signed him now permanently.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely. It was huge.
well, but if there are some afterthoughts about his injury, so if there's just slightly doubts that bringing him too early is kind of dangerous for him, then start with Torunariga.
Okay, good take. I'm excited on how Merlin Polzin will choose his squad. We will see. Um, it's, by the way, the perfect example. We were saying we never missed a match this season, and now it will be the first time, at least in the Bundesliga, where no one of us will be there. But I think it will be the only game this season, right? I think all the other ones
Well,
we will see.
I think the game against Leverkusen, because it's again mid of the week.
Yeah, true.
At least I
Yes.
can't go, and I think you as well, right?
No, I need to work there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But at least every other home game, I'm planning on be there. So, and for the away games, I hope to be at least at most of them.
Yeah, me
We
too.
have to see about that.
So true. Always need to pay attention to how to get tickets. But nevertheless, it's at least planned to attend every match after Heidenheim and despite of the home game against Leverkusen. Let's maybe say what is going to be planned in the next weeks. It's our first pilot episode. There will be more things to come. We will have intros, we will have outros, other texts. Yeah, we are currently setting everything up and we're always open for suggestions, open for ideas from your side. Is there something you want to mention?
Well, I think you covered most of it. Maybe that we also get a Discord channel for people to
Yeah.
join, ask questions, like you said. You covered Instagram and
No, Insta, no,
as
not
well,
yet.
yeah.
No. For sure, Insta will be another point on our to-do list too. But maybe to finally conclude what is going to happen in the future, we want to build a platform or an environment where every HSV fan, doesn't matter if it's a fan or supporter from out of Germany, from within Germany. Maybe there are some crazy guys listening to us in Germany too, in English language. We will see. But for sure, mainly we aim to reach our international community, and we want to provide you with the most essential information that came up about our club during the week, and to look back on the match that have been played, or also look forward to the next match that will be played. Please let us know what you find most interesting, what would you like to be covered during our podcast, what would you like to hear. And yeah, Instant Discord will be playing crucial roles in the future. Follow us there. The accounts will be set up in the next days. And then there will be a platform for questions, for news, for connections also, because that's another point on our research before starting this project. We found some other podcasts doing their things in English about our favorite club, also about the HSV. It's namely, I think, Red Shorts Pod and Kings of the North. If you listen to us, sometimes now or sometimes in the future, reach out to us. We will reach out to you too. We would be very happy to connect. We would be very happy to share an episode, to talk to you, to talk with you about our club and your perception of our club in the United States or in Britain or anywhere on earth. Just connect with us, follow us on the social media, interact with us, and we would be very happy to set a very nice platform up to build an environment where everyone of us can engage and seek and look for information about our club from two guys in Germany who really enjoy talking about HSV. Leonard, is there something else you want to mention?
No, I think this was a pretty nice conclusion for our first episode. But maybe one last thing before we end our first episode. What is your tip for the upcoming game against
Ah,
Heidenheim?
yes, that's a good one. I would say we will not concede a goal. We will have a clean sheet in the end of the game, and we will score 2 goals. I would go with a 2-0 for us, and the goal scorers will be, let's say, Otele and Robert Glatzel. I would say these two guys score us to the away game winner, and I hope that we really get these 3 points. What about you, Leonard? What do you think?
Well, I would say we win 2-1 for the first
2-1.
time in the season. We get all 3 points back to Hamburg.
Yeah, that would be
And
so overdue.
well, the goal scorers, if you start with that, I would say the first goal of us was scored by Robert Glatzel.
Yes.
And the winning goal will be scored by, well, let's say Bakariata will score.
Bakariata. Oh,
Bakariata will score the 2-1.
Would it be his first Bundesliga goal? I think so, right?
I think so. It would be his first goal in the first league, yeah.
But not last question, quiz question here. Then we will finish this episode. He already scored against a Bundesliga club. Against which one, Leonard?
Not only one. He scored against Heidenheim in the second league.
True, yeah, okay. But then they
He
were in the
scored against
second division.
Leipzig.
Exactly, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to go for. Yeah. And what a goal it was, by the way. It was insane. That was very,
Both of
very
them.
nice.
Both of them were incredibly beautiful goals.
Yeah, in Heidenheim too. It was the 3-3, right?
Yeah. It was a 3-3 with the left foot
Yeah, in
in
the
the up left corner, yeah.
top right corner or top left, yeah.
Top
Depends
right
on
from the
point of
goalkeeper, yeah.
view. Yeah. Yeah, the thing in Leipzig, and then we will really conclude it. But that's maybe a good point to showcase on why we are doing this episode. Because back then, when we played against Leipzig in the cup, it was I think in 2019. I stayed in China, and I was following the game in our radio, in our online radio, because it wasn't possible. I wasn't able to see it. It was during the night, and then I was thinking about how people in Asia or the United States or South America or also from everywhere in the world, I don't want to miss a country. Let's say that's why we do this podcast. We want to engage with you and we do it for you and hopefully together with you. So if you like this episode, feel free to leave a like, to drop a comment, to give us inspirations, feedback. We would be very happy and we would really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye. Until next week.